real Debrid. You were my rock for so many years. The countless movies and TV shows we watched together. Now you're a shell of your former self, constant infringing file notices and stream not available. So I turned my back on you. Yeah, I had to let you go. What was solid in my hands turned to dust I couldn't hold. Real Debrid, you let me down. Real Debrid, I'm done with you now. I've got easy news, Torbox and Alldebrid and Premiumize, so I'm moving on. I used to swear by you, real Debrid. You were my rock. Now every click feels cold and every night feels wrong. I don't need this frustration. I don't wanna wait. I need something steady when I hit play. So I turned my back on you. Yeah, I had to let it go. What was solid in my hands turned to dust I couldn't hold. Real Debrid, you let me down. Real Debrid, I'm done with you now. I've got easy news, Torbox and Alldebrid and Premiumize, so I'm moving on. Oh yeah, I miss the old days, I miss what we had, but the screen kept saying everything was bad. So take your broken promises, take the faded glow. I found new loves waiting and I'm just letting go. Real Debrid, you let me down. Real Debrid, I'm done with you now. Oh, I've got easy news, Torbox and Alldebrid and Premiumize, so I'm moving on.
Woo! I got a little.
Oh yeah.
I got a little misty there.
Is there some dust in the air?
That's the last freaking slow song we're getting as an intro. Now that this is the last time, Real Debrid is dead, so no more of the sappy. Real Debrid is dying. It's been buried.
I was just asking, where do we send the flowers?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Just send the money to me. I'll take care of that. I'll make sure the flowers get taken care of. I got you. I'll send you my PayPal information. You just go ahead and send money in trust. I will send it to them in France, so that you may not see the flowers, but just trust that they got there. All right. Nice to see everybody in here. Thanks for my buddies joining in the panel. Hey, I tried to hit up Jeremy over here on the side. Tried to get him to join us in the show today. He says he's a little bit too shy. So I'm gonna keep working on Jeremy. That's a guy with a lot of knowledge, pays attention to a lot of the things in the community. So I think he would do very well on the panel, paying attention. And I can't keep relying on these guys to carry me along, because I might need to pull in somebody, got a draft pick or something.
Please, Jeremy, join the show. Replace me so I can get the hell out of here.
Beach is like that, like in the pro wrestling, back in the day when they have a tag team, and the guys over on the side, like waving, like holding onto the rope, and he's like, "Come on, tag me." No.
You just need to, was it Jason posted the thing where AI can do the podcast now? So you don't need any of us.
We could just have an AI Beach take your spot.
Yeah, that's what we need. Mandy, what's up? That's right. Move to another country and get no more love. Well, whoever sees you, Mandy, you know where we're at. You don't come around us. We didn't leave you. You left us. So come send us a telegram. Mandy, you know where we're at. You know where we're at, my dear. Nice to see you, though, Mandy. I haven't seen her in a bit. So on this show, we're going to go ahead and just cover what has transpired in the last week and a half since we did the last show, just to kind of give you an idea where we're at, what's going on, hopefully to inform you so that you're able to be a little bit more informed, so that you'll be able to decide where you spend your money and if you're going to spend the money. And hopefully when you're reading Facebook posts, Twitter posts, Reddit threads, Discord groups, wherever that you may be seeing people saying this and that, maybe you'll have a little bit more of you'll have an understanding about it, so that you can add to the conversation, or actually sometimes correct people, because there's a lot of misinformation going on out there. So, hey, Ed, what's up? Nice to see everybody. Look at there.
Also, a lot of non-information for a lot of YouTubers who cover cord cutting stuff.
Yep.
Now they're talking about apps that have closed up shop, but there's been nothing that I've seen mentioning anything about Real Debrid.
Yeah, I think I'm speculating. I think a lot of them are worried about copyright strikes and worry about that kind of stuff, and because a lot of these guys and gals it's their income, and I'm not throwing no shade on nobody. I mean, if that was my income, I might be more careful about what videos I do, because I can't risk getting a copyright strike or possibly getting my channel taken down. This YouTube is not my gig where I make my money. This is just my
hobby. That right.
This is just my hobby. This is so to me, not that I want to lose my channel, but if something should happen and all things went bad and they took my channel away, I'm not financially hurt at all. So I think that's what gives me a little more confidence to say things that others may not say, because they're worried about it coming back on them. But again, this is for educational purposes. I'm not telling someone to do something wrong. I'm just trying to share knowledge that that I have gained from talking to other people in the community. I actually had somebody on one of the Reddit threads when I had posted something about Real Debrid early in the week, and he says, "What qualifies you to understand what's going on?" I said, "Well," and I'm like, "Well, I've been in the community for 15 years with builds. My YouTube channel started in 2001 or 2011. My channel covers this topic more than any other topic on the platforms." I said, I named a couple other things. I'm like, so I kind of do have a general idea. I'm no expert, but I have a general idea of what's going on. So let's go ahead, and we're gonna touch on this as like the who, what, where, why, how type of information. That's going to be the first few minutes of this show. So if you're not wanting to hang around though for the whole show because you're like, Dabs, you're driving me crazy, you can't listen to your voice no more, then hey, you don't have to listen for very long, and I'm gonna give you an idea of what we're dealing with. So in case you kind of walked into this video and you haven't have any idea of what's going on, I'm gonna be looking at this because I had wrote it out on my notes here. So what has happened? RD has added filters to block copyrighted content from being pulled from their servers or their subscriptions. Their subscribers can't pull copyrighted content that they don't own. So they added this content. Let's see, not this past Sunday, this Sunday before they started it. Where does this happen? Now, this is affecting all add-ons that link into Real Debrid and APKs, because there is a lot of APKs that link into your Real Debrid account. If you were able to put your link your Real Debrid account into that APK, it needs the RD library to pull from. Let me see, what else was it? When? All right, so this happened, like I said, this happened Sunday before last. How is this happening? So what Real Debrid is doing is they have added a layer of filtering, looking at first of all, they're looking at the title of the file. A lot of times the title of the file, there's scene release groups release a file. Let's say it's generic movie, Dab Goes to Hollywood. So they're going to have Dab Goes to Hollywood. Then they're going to be a tag that sometimes tells you what quality. Is this 2160? Is this 1080? Is this 720? Then it's going to be a dash, usually whatever codec they're using. So is it an X264? Is it an X265? So they'll sometimes put the codec in there. Or is it HEVC? So they'll sometimes put that in there. They will also put, is it a web download? So web-DL or web download, the words really close, all the letters right together. There will also be a lot of times the release group's name. Whatever the release group is, they'll put their name in there that, whatever that group is. Sometimes you'll also see stuff like Hulu or AMZN, which the release groups will put in there to kind of give you an idea. So again, you have the title, and you have these other tags that just give you information. It may have 5.1, 7.1. So all that is part of it. So what Real Debrid's done is they started off, people love me. People love me. So, so what they've done is they've found those tags that a lot of release groups use, because that is part of the, it's not a policy, it's just their rules when you release stuff in the scene release. So Real Debrid started blocking those particular tags. Now those tags, you can look on Reddit, has a long list of some of those tags that they have found higher percentages are blocked than other tags. So those things are being blocked. Then sometimes they'll block via the name of the file, so that if it's a movie or TV show, they can block that also, so they can add that. So Real Debrid has kind of went multi-levels on how to try to block this. You cannot upload any of these torrents to Real Debrid. So if I went to a torrent site, I grabbed a magnet link, and if it has some of those tags that is incorrect or that are being blocked, I can't upload it. Real Debrid is also looking at hashtags. The hashtag is a long bunch of numbers and letters that identifies that exact file. It's a big, long thing, and nobody would know what it means, but Real Debrid has found, well, hey, this movie is this hashtag for a torrent. They will double check it with their library to make sure that it isn't a infringing file. So they've done multiple things here. The other thing that's happened is this is not one and done and everything's over, because it's been shown through, through developers have found this as well as others, that there is things are being added to this list. And even Real Debrid posted that they have a trusted group, which is Bren, Ace, the Motion Picture Association lawyers group that work, their watchdogs. They can add items to this blacklist, this block list. They can submit these things to Real Debrid, and Real Debrid will implement those blocks. So this is a list that can change at any time. It can get worse, I don't believe it's going to get any easier, but there is things slipping through the cracks. Now, I've read threads on Reddit and stuff where people say, oh, nothing's wrong with Real Debrid. It's working just fine. I just watch movies all day long. Well, maybe you did. I'm not saying you didn't. But a lot of times people don't notice how many links pass up. And I do. When I'm click on a movie, I look to see which link and quality it picked up. Some APKs don't allow that. You just click play and it goes and finds it and plays it for you. Kodi actually shows you like what link 1, link 2, link 3, link 4, and it'll keep rolling. And a lot of times those Real Debrid links, it'll skip and go to one of my Premiumize links or Torbox link, or even some Real Debrid links will slip through. So when people say, oh, nothing's wrong with it, it's working, yes, it may work for you. One, because maybe the content that you're watching isn't yet blocked. Maybe it doesn't have the tags that are being filtered. And that doesn't mean that tomorrow, that particular file that you're watching isn't gone tomorrow, because these files are disappearing, being purged from the Debrid's cache library. It's being removed. Now, some of these are not hosted all in Real Debrid. Real Debrid does host in different locations, or has access. Real Debrid account has an access to be able to pull from an online cloud storage. So again, they can still be on that cloud storage somewhere else, and then Debrid says, no, you're not. We're not getting that file. It's banned. It's blocked. Yeah, there's Rowan. Rowan, mentioned that there are some trusted teams, and that's gonna be your Bren, that's gonna be Ace, and basically the teeth of the Motion Picture Association, the broadcasters and stuff like that pay Ace and Bren to go get that and take that content down. So this list can change at any point. So in a nutshell, that's where we're at. Debrid is still there. Your account doesn't go away. You can still use it to download other content. It's just video, TV, movie content is where they have said, no, we're stopping that, or we're going to try to prevent people from using our service to get that content. But that's not to say that if you decided you wanted an MP3, probably can find it. Or if I wanted to grab the a Sega ROM pack, probably can find that. If I want an ebook, I probably can find that. So Real Debrid's still there, but they've basically said you can't, or we will try our best to block this content. So it is not gone, but for the purposes that most of us are wanting to use it in this room, that function is being taken away. So that's kind of where you're at at this time. Sorry, I'm getting all kinds of BS messages about. So in a nutshell, that's where we're at. Did you guys have anything before I go farther? I can.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
You don't even get if you try to put a magnet in torrent, and you try to get a torrent magnet in Real Debrid now, you don't even get an infringing file message anymore. It's just blank. It just does absolutely nothing. Same with if you try to grab something from like Rapidgate or off a scene release and everything, how you would have the little add-on app to your browser. It will see it. When you click on it, it just does absolutely nothing. So, which is weird.
Yeah, usually, because it was there for the first.
For the first.
That pink infringing thing will pop up on your browser.
You get that when you try to put the magnet link inside Real Debrid, but even then, you used to get a message on the browser trying to grab something from like said scene release. You would get hosts are unavailable. It just doesn't even do that anymore. It just is, you click on it and nothing happens. no message of infringing file. It just does absolutely nothing.
I put this on here, Funster's right. I mean, again, I am no expert on this. I am not a developer. I'm not a coder. This is my hobby, and I pay attention to what's going on, and I'm putting pieces together because Debrid has given some information, but as we know with Real Debrid, they're not always forthcoming about stuff. So they've given and say we're blocking, and they left it at that. There's no extra information that we're blocking this or that, not that. It's just we're blocking, and we're working with teams to get rid of more stuff. Let's see. So I don't really see. Let's look and see if there's. Okay, so so that's where we are at this time. Again, your Debrid may still work, and especially the APKs that don't show you the links that are dropping. It just finds one that works, and maybe it had to go to 25 links before it, and you're watching it in 480. But again, if you're using Kodi, most of us will see those. Is it on link 1, link 2, link 3? And I'm telling you, you can watch. I can watch it, and you can see it. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just like it's like free fall. And we talked about last week where some developers have noticed that if you get hit with the infringing, sometimes it puts you in a timeout. A sub 3-second timeout. So even if that next link worked, you're in that timeout, so that link may not work. So they're got it going. They're trying to stop in multiple ways. So that's kind of where we're at on that particular thing.
Well, might want to also bring up how Alldebrid has also started doing that also.
Yes, and that's just today.
Yes,
but we've in the Streaming Matters room been talking about that for weeks, that Alldebrid's going to follow suit with this because they're both based in France.
Yep.
Both of them are based in France, and they are complying with the European Union law that after Real Debrid lost their lawsuit or their appeal, they lost their appeal. That was at the end of, I think it was the end of April. I think it was like the 26th of April that they lost that. And then this was implemented, let's say 10 days ago. So the 10th of May. So it wasn't long from when them losing the case. Then they implemented these, they've implemented these fixes. Here's Classy Mouse says, I'm not coding for Real Debrid anymore. It has no purpose. It's like playing whack-a-mole. So most of your developers are going to move away from even messing with it because why? I mean, it's pointless. Yeah. Again, Real Debrid's still there. Real Debrid works for certain content, just not TV shows and movies. So again, that's their. And I don't have nothing against Real Debrid anyways, because I've used them for 10 years. 10 years that I've used that service. And I can't think of the hundreds of terabytes that I've downloaded from Real Debrid over the years. And guess what? It was great. And they're needing to protect themselves as a corporation and keep from being sued and financially liable and or going to jail. So they're looking out for themselves. I mean, just like any of you guys would, if you were doing something and someone says, well, if you keep doing that, you're going to go to jail. Most people would say, well, if I have an option, I'm not going to do it. Now, these two developers for Real Debrid, the two creators of it, they've done pretty well for themselves. I want to say, what was it? On that one report said clearing $9 million net each a year or something like that. It was. There was an article that got on Reddit. I wish I would have grabbed it before I came on the show. And it came out right before we did the show last week, and I missed it until after the show. But it gave a timeline of Real Debrid in the things they've done to try to insulate and to protect themselves, starting in 2024, and the things they did and down the road, and actually diversifying, taking some of their money, and again, it shows only 2 employees for the whole thing, which does kind of make sense because they do everything cloud-based.
Yeah.
So you can rent a server and you can rent this and that, and you know what I mean, and everything's automated.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, smart on them. So yeah, I don't have nothing against them. I haven't canceled my Debrid account. My Debrid account is open until I think 4 more months. I still got 2,500 fidelity points. And I'll probably keep going and keep it. I'm not going to go try to charge back. I would highly suggest people don't try to charge back. If you do, maybe you get your $5 or $10 back, but you will be blacklisted from them, and they will never let you sign back up with that email. You get another email and all that, but
I've got 136 days remaining on mine and 10,000 fidelity points.
10,000. That's 10 months.
Yep.
So,
but you know, it's like you said, with this hobby, you've got to adapt. It just, you know, like you said, you've been using Real Debrid over 10 years. I've been using it for 5+, and it just made everything so easy.
Yep.
You know, because I used it more for the other side than I used it for Cody.
Yeah.
Really for doing stuff, and it's like, great. So now it's that comfortable shoe. It's not there anymore. So now I just gotta make the switch and go on to something else. So I mean, I signed up for Torbox. We'll see how that does.
Yeah, Torbox has it, and we will talk about some of the other things a little bit down. I'm going to talk about the different options you guys got, and hopefully some of the guys on the panel can chime in on their thoughts and feels on some of those, and then people from the side chat, please chime in when we get into some of those the services, because we there's more services out there. I've also seen on Reddit someone says, "Oh, you just use a VPN, it'll fix the issue." No, that's not gonna fix the issue. So I seen questions, and so I kind of wrote these things when I saw these things. Are there options? Yes. Premiumize, Easy News, Torbox, Alldebrid, kinda. There is also, I saw Off Cloud. I've never used that before. And a few others that are less known. I want to say Link Snappy. There was Debrid Link, I think is one. Again, some really unknown ones or not talked about ones that are out there. So there are other options. What add-ons are APKs doing to combat this? All right, so many add-ons have went through and done a little bit of coding. I know that the crew has done some major retooling of their coding to combat, especially that 3-second timeout or that rate limit. They've been very aggressive on trying to combat that, so that to give the Real Debrid that 3 seconds before it grabs another one. So again, they're looking at how that's working and how they can work around that. Also, many add-ons that I know of have added Torbox. Torbox has been around since, well, it blew up December 2024.
Yeah.
That was when
first
we first
time
heard about it.
Yeah, we heard about it when the first death of Real Debrid happened.
Yeah. So yeah, so a lot of add-ons were not supporting Torbox. I mean, it was kind of like it's like a new kid on the block. Nobody really wanted to play with him because they didn't trust him. Because to be honest, Torbox sucked ass the first 5 months I had it. And again, I'm just being honest with you. The first 5 months, and that would be the early part of 2025, it sucked between kicking me out not finding what I needed it to find, or playing and stuttering. It was this issue. And I quit using it completely until after summer. I want to say the fall of 2025. People were saying, oh, it's working great. I came back to it because I had a subscription for a year and worked pretty well. I was pretty happy with the performance. They had made upgrades to their servers and their infrastructure and how everything worked. They did a much better job. And then they continued to promote. I bought my Torbox, the one I have right now. I bought the subscription December when they had their Black Friday special, and I think it was $25 for the year at that time. So again, add-ons have added support to that. Some APKs, I'm not sure as much because I don't use a lot of APKs. So I'm not sure how many of them are catching up with it. You may see, well, I know Streamio has, I've seen things where Streamio, we can probably, I would guess Streamio, Weed, Syncler, those would be, I would be almost positive that they are all supporting Torbox now.
I know Syncler is, but you have to be on version 2.0. If you're still on 1.0, it doesn't support Torbox, and he's not planning on adding Torbox support to 1.0. So they're telling people that have been on the fence about switching to the new version. If you want to use Torbox, you got to go to the new version of it. So, yeah, and I'm not sure about Weed. I haven't used that one in a while, but
yeah, it's been a while since I've used that too. But I know I'm in their Telegram room, and I know I've seen lots of talk where they're actively developing. It's not, they didn't just, they're not a clone of something with a new name and fan art. They seem to be trying to develop. And Andrew's completely right. Lesson here is to have backups to your backups. And I'm not saying people got to do what I've done, but I've had a Premiumize subscription for 6+ years. I've had Real Debrid for over 10 years. A Torbox is now since December 2024. I've had Easy News on and off over the years, probably 5 different times. So I don't put all my eggs in one basket and say I'm good, or that's the cheapest option. That's what I'm going to do. I usually watch for a sale, especially November, December. They run specials, and that's usually when I jump in on a deal. I'm like, hey, that's half price. Let me lock in that price. I would not suggest right now for people to race out and to buy subscriptions to every one of these services. Sign up for one and see how it feels for you. If you're able to understand it, and they're all pretty basic. They're all just about the same, the feel. And I would go that route. And if you can kick the can till December, fingers crossed, that they run the normal specials that they run at Black Friday. No guarantees, because if some of your competition leaves, some of those services may choose not to run this special because they're not in a need of new customers, if you know what I mean. So who knows? But at the end of the day, even the most expensive, which is Premiumize, is $80 for the year. Now, some people say, oh my God, $80. Well, if you don't have a damn cable bill, and you don't have a Netflix bill, and you don't have a Disney bill, you don't have a Hulu bill, $80 for the year is going to kill you? Well, to me, it's logic. Like, it's give and take. What am I going to pay for? Is the value there? It's a year. What's your Disney run every month? I mean, people, what's the lowest Disney package? What's $15, $14 or maybe $10 for the lowest package they got?
I don't know what the ad-supported package is.
I know that the high one's like $25.
Right.
For here in Canada. If you want the Disney Nova ads, that's $25 every month. So what's that a year? $600? No, that wouldn't be $600. $400.
$250.
Yeah. So again, we're not telling you got to buy these things, just giving you pros and cons to all this. Here's one. Nuvio. I've seen a lot of talk about this. Nuvio supports Torbox as well without using an add-on. So because Nuvio is kind of like Streamio, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it is.
Because actually, I thought it was a clone or a fork of Streamio, to be honest, when it first came out. And I don't know where that project is going. I'm kind of ignorant on that particular. That's one of the ones I have not installed. Let's see. If service gets interrupted, it's easy to pay with a few clicks, and you're ready to have an account. Yeah, and again, if most of the time, even if it renews, you don't have to reauthorize in your add-ons. Nuvio just removed Debrid integration, so they're already getting rid of it. Where is Premiumize based? From all the reading that I have seen, it says Malaysia. Now, some people said Belgium, some said Germany, but if you go to their website, it says Malaysia. Rona. See, Rona. It'd be Rone. Dave, where you at? Rona. He's giving me Rune.
He's messing up pronunciations again.
Yeah, well, but Dave, what the hell's new about that?
I got dyslexia.
I get immune to it after all these years. You know.
So all right. So Premiumize does work on a point system. And you know what? Let's do this. Let's because I have this a little bit. I think I had this because we pretty much hit on the topics. So expand on some of these services. Again, people hang with us for a little while and they can ditch out if we've kind of hit on their points. But we're going to talk about the different services that are options now. And again, I'm not sponsored by any of them. I'm going to tell you, be honest with them. And nobody on this panel has been sponsored by them. So these are our honest opinions of what we think about these services, pros and cons. We'll start with Premiumize. So Premiumize, supposedly based in Malaysia, most expensive service of them all, offers a 1 terabyte cloud storage. So if you want to just download or take some torrents and have a terabyte of cloud storage, you can do it on their service. They offer a VPN, a very low-end VPN. You are not going to use that VPN in stream content. When I tested it years ago, you can use it on your browser, kind of like some browsers have VPNs built in, somewhat like that, kind of a very low-end, slow VPN, but it is offered. You can also share your Premiumize login with other people. Now, Premiumize says you can't, but real world, used it myself. You can log in and authorize devices at other IP addresses and be on at the same time. And as we know, Real Debrid did not allow that. You can with Premiumize because it works on a point system, 1,000 points, and each point is 1 gig. So if I watch a 30 gig film, which is going to be a big 4K file, because that's a big 4K, it's going to take 30,
Quality snob.
Yeah, So it's going to take 30 away from your 1,000. And then let's say you watch another movie that's 20 gigs. So now you're 50 gigs down for the day. At the end of the day, I think it's done by Greenwich Mean Time. At the end of the day, it gives you 30 back. So today you'll get 30, tomorrow you'll get 30 until you reach the 1,000. 1,000 is your max. So you're working off a pool. So if you're a person, let's say you're a box seller and you're like, oh, wow, what a great way to make a bunch of extra money. I will charge people X amount for them to have this Premiumize account. And that's what I'm going to do. All sounds all good and well, unless you're a box seller that sells it to a lot of people. And next thing you know, that 1,000 credit, 1,000 gigs goes down. And if you have a DABS that's going to watch a 100 gig 4K file, it's going down even quicker. So just be cautious of that. If you use it within if you're sensible about it, you share it with your mom or your brother or something like that. And you guys are just, regular users. You're never gonna have an issue. But if you think what a great way as a box seller to make a bunch of extra money, okay, you can try it. But promise, you will run out of points, and then you're gonna have to buy points from them because they do sell point packages. So, and Premiumize is in almost anything that has Real Debrid will have Premiumize, and it just sometimes it'll just say PM. So again, those are the big things on it. The downside, I would say, is the cost for most people. What do you guys with Premiumize? What's your pros and cons on that?
One thing about the points is if you go month to month, it resets every month. And
the 1,000?
Yes.
Oh,
so that's the downside to buying the Black Friday 3-year special. Is your points only refill every 30 days. If you go month to month, you get to 30 points every day.
Yes,
but
yes.
If you go month to month on it, then whatever date your month renews on, it refills automatically back to 1,000 points.
Oh, so let's say you go all the way down to 250 points at the end of the month when you renew, you're back up to 1,000. You're not gaining just 30. Okay. But you're also paying $12 a month.
Right. That's the trade-off. So I've seen people that are heavy users say, I don't do the 1-year thing because otherwise I end up running out of points and have to buy points, which costs more in the end than paying the $12 a month. So they pay the $12 a month. If you're somebody like most of us that doesn't try and freaking watch 100 gigabyte Remux files 4 or 5 times a day, it's the 1,000 points last year. I mean, I could probably go 2 or 3 months and not burn through 1,000 points. So it's plenty. But if you're a real heavy user, then that's the option, is to do the month to month, and then you'll get your 1,000 points back a lot faster than just waiting on them to refill.
And Urban Gearman, I think that this was this pressure did come to them, and I guarantee it, their lawyer sat down with them and says, okay, it's either you can keep fighting this and you're going to lose, or you make reasonable you do reasonable steps to stop it, so that you're showing, good faith that you're trying to stop it. So I do think, I don't think they got paid off. I think that it was probably a threat of you're going to go to jail or you'll stop doing it. I think that's we're speculation.
I agree 100%. It was like, okay, they complied the first time when it went shit for like a day. Well, not even a day, and nothing would work. Okay. And then, hey, look, we made a good effort to try and, clean everything up. Well, it wasn't even 17 hours later. It was back to working as normal and there were no issues. They probably said, you need to do better, guys, or we're coming after you. So I guarantee you that's, like you said, they're trying to save their business. Is all they're trying
and keep your ass out of jail. I mean, who wants to go to jail and pay a fine? Because you think about how much Ace is going to ask in a fine for Real Debrid. We're talking hundreds of millions of dollars guaranteed, because they're going to say, you had this content, it lost us this amount of money, you did it for this long, this many files, and it will be into the hundreds of millions of dollars guaranteed.
Yep.
Because we've seen them go after an IPTV guy and hit him for, 50, 60, 80 grand for a handful of customers. Now you think about this globally, how much that going to cost them? Yeah. So, but yeah, I've had Premiumize for a long time. No complaints with it. Like it. Like I had it before all this even came about. Premiumize is also really good at downloading larger files. Real Debrid it could be a pain to try to download ROM packs. I like with my retro gaming, sometimes if I downloaded a ROM pack or a build for my Raspberry Pi, sometimes they're a terabyte. Well, Debrid did not like large files. If you got over 100 gigs, in which those ROM packs or those builds are easily that you would have a problem. But Premiumize was very good at, I could download 500 gig files right to them and then download them to myself without any problem. Let's see. So another service. So we'll just touch on Alldebrid. So as mentioned earlier, Alldebrid is based in France, so just like real Debrid. I don't know. I've never used Alldebrid, so if I talk about Alldebrid, it's just from what I read from what they offer. Any boys, Alldebrid guys, AD guys?
No, I never used it. I've used RD and Premiumize and Easy News, and then I've heard not very great things about Alldebrid over all the years, so I just kind of stayed away from it.
Okay. Their business model's close to real Debrid. I think some people said that they were able to share their account at times, so maybe that was a plus to it. It's cheap. Its price is very comparable to real Debrid, so the pricing was there. Urban Gear, I think he's correct on it. They're cache, which that means the files that they have access to, it's on the cloud somewhere, then they're able just to grab those files. Their cache library was not that big. Real Debrid's was humongous. Premiumized is pretty big, that they're cache files, because people have requested it, so it's like on the shelf waiting. When something's not cached, you have to basically go up to the counter and say, hey, I want that particular file, and you've got to wait for it to get to the cloud or to their services where they're able to pull it. So again, cache is ready to go. It's just, boom, I want to watch it. Here you go. There, you're ready to go. So their cache is smaller. Again, their worst thing that I would say for them is based in France. And why wouldn't French authorities go after them just like they did real Debrid? I mean, probably right down the street. Sharon said she tried them a long time ago. And again, this company, Alldebrid, has been around a long time. This is not a brand new company. It's not somebody that's jumped on the scene trying to make a quick buck. They've been around a long time. So not a huge fan of it. Torbox. Now, I know I have Torbox, and I kind of talked about some of the things I liked about them or what I didn't like about them. Torbox does offer or allow, I shouldn't say offer, they allow at this time for you to be watching from 2 different IP addresses. So you can kind of do like with Premiumize, you are able to have, you're not IP locked to what's watching right here. Multiple people can be using it. So that is a plus. Price, it's price. I don't know, what's their price now? What is it, $35 for a year?
Yeah, it's like $36 for the year, $3 for the month or whatever, something like that. Yeah.
I think I saw it. Yeah, I was thinking that was what the price is. If you use a referral, the person that referred you will get 15 days per month that they still have on their account. So if they have 1 month on their account left, the person that refers you will get 15 extra days. But if they had 2 months, they would get 30 or something like that. Because some of the people that use my referral points, I got like 84 days. And I was like, 84, I thought it was 15. This is what I was thinking, 15 days. But because I guess my subscription ran later, I got 15 or 7 times however month. It was something like that. But it was like 84 days is what it gave me. So I guess that'd be 7 days per month, maybe. Maybe that's what it was.
Well, that's why when I signed up for Torbox, I purposely didn't use your referral link because I gave you exactly what I get. Jack shit. Fuck you and your referral link. Get the points off me. Screw you.
So don't listen to that man. He's a bitter old man. So if the other thing with Torbox, if you're a Bitcoin, if you have Bitcoin or use Bitcoin, they have a 30% savings if you use, I think it was like Sigma. It's like SIGNA or MA. I can't remember. I've seen it on the Reddit threads, and it saves you 30% more. So that is another way. If you're going to sign up for it, you might as well use whatever you can to be able to save the money and also extend your subscription. This is a good point, and I was actually getting ready to say about this, Funster. I do believe that the influx of users, they will change their account sharing policies sooner or later. Probably get stricter, and or the price is going up. I 100% agree with you, Fun. Yeah, I think that they're going to look at the server loads and how that all works, and they will. I think they'll make a decision on that in the future, and when that happens, who knows? But you're not going to have your cake and eat it too with this kind of stuff. You're not going to have something for $35 and you can give it out to 10 people. That's not going to happen. So,
especially now, once they know once they get one to basically real Debrid and probably Alldebrid are probably going to be dead, and they're going to be. The only options are a couple other providers. I would not be surprised if they don't raise their prices.
Agree, 100%. Arthur has a point here, and this is something you can do. If I sign up for Premiumize monthly, can I go and get the Black Friday special? Yes, because the reason I kind of know that is that I had an account for years and years, and I let it lapse, and I was still able to go back and get the Black Friday special. So it wasn't new customers only. It was, I had an account and it just had lapsed, and so it wasn't around anymore, but I was able to sign back up to the Black Friday special. So guarantee you'll be able to sign back up if they do a Black Friday special, if you're doing month to month up until that time. It shouldn't be a problem.
Hey, Dabs,
Yeah.
Classy Mouse said 33 euros for 300 days. What's that one?
Yeah.
For?
That would be, I'm pretty sure that would be, no, that'd be premiumized. Yeah, because 33 euros, you gotta think that's more than $1, right?
33
so,
euros is $38 American, 52 Canadian.
It's because I know it's $80. It's $80. It's $80 US.
$80 US?
I think I'm almost positive because when I've looked it up, it was $80. I don't think it was Canadian. I think it was US, USD. But yeah, that's
68 euros.
Yeah, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure with that. But just look on the site again. I'm almost positive it was that Premiumize. So I'm not sure about the $33 maybe, or 33 euro. Maybe that's the Torbox.
Oh yeah,
maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
So some of the other pluses, Torbox has a lot of levels, and people have asked, what level do I get? Most of the people that are using it for streaming purposes are fine with Essential. You're completely fine with Essential. It gives you 3 concurrent downloads. So if you, let's say you're watching it, that's one link. And then if you're downloading a torrent, like they're pulling a torrent for you because they don't have it on there, they're pulling it from, they're leeching it from someplace. That would be a second one until it finishes. And once it finishes, it drops off the 3. And then let's say you let your aunt have onto your account. That would be the second account. So that's how you could have 3 accounts. Now, their packaging, it goes Essential. I think Pro gives you 5 concurrent streams. So you can get the different packages depending on how many concurrent streams you want. They offer Usenet, which we'll talk about Easy News in a few minutes. They offer that, but when I used it in the past, it just wasn't worth it. The quality wasn't there, and again, that was months and months ago. If I'm going to pay for Usenet, I will just buy a Usenet service. I don't want to try to piggyback off of this other service that they do it okay. If I want to Usenet, I want to use a quality Usenet service that I'm going to get what I'm paying for, not somebody that's trying to be a jack of all trades, offering a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
So the other thing, well, hold on a second. Hold on, let's open up my Vivaldi. I actually have a tab for all these. So let's see here. All right. Let's see here. Share. Boom. There we go. All right. So this showing for you boys?
Yep.
Okay. So here we go. Free. They do offer it. It's like one stream and 24-hour curl down. I don't even know what I this. But they offer it. I've never even messed with that. The essentials. Let's try to make this a little bit bigger. Also, I was talking about three concurrent slots, meaning 3 active downloading if it's going to their cloud that you ask for a torrent, or if you're using it. Some different talks about the speed, maximum download size. So a file can't be bigger than 200 gigs when you're trying to download it. So any video file we're watching is never going to be over 200 gigs, even for me, Dave. Don't badmouth. Third-party apps, meaning it allows apps to pull from that. When we get over here to the standard 5 slots, 14. Oh, the other thing is seeding. So when it pulls from a torrent site, it will seed back. And this one seeds back for 24 hours. This one seeds back for 14 hours. If you're using this on a private tracker, which I've never done that before, but I would think that you could use it to seed back on a private tracker. You are in a point system. So let's say you grab a brand new movie that everybody's wanting to watch. You actually could use this to fluff up your points on that private tracker. And if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, I'm not here to explain that. So, and then the $10 a month, and I know some people have done this, 10 concurrent slots. 1 terabyte size is the biggest download you can do. Seeding for 30 days, as well as their Usenet. Where's the Usenet? Oh, here it is. Unlimited downloads for Usenet. Again, they also you can bundle this in. They have all kinds of little extras that you can do. But I used this very sparingly. Or I tried it when they first came out, and it just was like, not worth my time. So again, not getting paid by any of these boys. I've bought my own services for all this, but to kind of give you an idea of Torbox. Now, if anybody else on the panel, you guys use Torbox?
I haven't tried using it yet.
I literally just signed up for it today before I got to play around with it.
Oh, look at here.
Well, yes,
Andrew,
Rich.
Real Debrid let me down. He's still singing the song.
Yeah.
He heard a real banger. That's why he can't come on the show.
Yeah, I can post it in the Streaming Matters Telegram like last week. If there's people who want it.
You know how he is. He's always late to the party, but he loves it. Yes, you can add magnet links. It actually has I can't do it on here because I don't want to log into my own account on this. This is all just so people get some information. But yes, you can add magnet links to it. All those kind of things like that with that service. Let's see. So we've talked about Premiumize, and here's where here it is. So here's the pricing on this. This is the pricing. 1 month is $12 US, $10 Euro. A year is 69 Euro or 80 bucks for the year for Premiumized. So that's what you're able to get for that. You can use Premiumize to sync to some of your other accounts, like your cloud accounts. You can So you can set this, has a lot of features where you can set it up where it'll automatically download a torrent to Premiumize, and then you can send that to your Google Drive or some of your other cloud storage that you can send it to automatically. So it does have some of those, again, some really cool features that 99% of you guys will never damn use.
You can do Usenets with Premiumize also.
Yeah, I did that in the past. I just found it to be a little bit slow. And you're right, because it's been a while ago.
It's still like really slow, but it can be done if you're like need that option.
If you're patient. If you're patient. Here's all the Debrid information on that. So you're looking at, it does have a free trial. It does look at a 7-day test. So we got some payment options on that. And Easy News. I don't have Easy News on here. There we go. Easy News. This is a long time service. This is not one that just popped up just the other day. Usenet uses a different system. It is not a torrent. This is precursor to torrents. So this service is, this type of thing has been around a long time, and not as easy to use as torrents, but you don't have to be a rocket science to figure it out. And again, really difficult to take these things down because of the way that their architecture is. Usenet stuff is, I don't want to say bulletproof, but it's very difficult to take this stuff down. So it's a very safe option. So Easy News and a lot of the newer add-ons have added their support to this. I think when I looked at, they had some specials on this, and I want to say I saw an email that said $1.99 a month for Easy News. For the basic Easy News, now they have a couple different tiers, but for the basic one that we would be using in add-ons and APKs, you can get away with the $2 a month package. So Easy News, good option. On most add-ons, you would just plug in your username and password into the add-on, and boom, 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 it works. Downside of Easy News is sometimes you have to wait a little bit. If you go to click a link, it's not cached like Debrid or Premiumize or whoever these companies are, they would do that. It's not cached where you can grab it. Sometimes it has to compile and extract the file before it plays. So sometimes you will notice a pause when you click the link. Like say you go down your list of links, you click Easy News, you'll have to wait a little bit, a few, a minute or sometimes less, but there's that pause longer than when I'm used to a torrent that's cached and I click it, it plays. So downside is there is that little bit of kind of feels like a latency waiting for that to get going. So you boys on Easy News, any of you guys Easy News folks and folks over in the side chat, Easy News, if you guys use it.
I use it for my Plex server to download stuff for that, because that's a quick, easy way to get access to the Usenet system, which, like you said, tends to have quite a bit of stuff out there, especially older stuff pops up a lot on Easy News. So I don't use it that much in like Kodi or any of the APKs anymore, just because, like you said, it's kind of, it could take like 10-15 seconds to load stuff. Sometimes it'll fail. You gotta get it, try to hit the link again a couple times before it'll do it, but it works great for scraping stuff, for pulling stuff down off Usenet. It's quick. They have a pretty long retention time on it. It's got a VPN also. You get a subscription to Private VPN, which is not, it's a basic VPN, but it's nice if you need something to check out, see if your ISP is blocking you for this or that. You can go on there and use it for that. So it's not a heavy use VPN that you want to use every day, but it serves a purpose and it's a nice little added benefit to it.
And as you were saying, a lot of people that set up their, and I saw Nook with sonar and radar and all those type of things, used it's set up very easily to add your Usenet to that kind of stuff, to where it's able to pull content, and does a really good job. Again, it's just not quite the same as a torrent the way that it works. But I saw, what was it? Usenet is older than websites, and again, Usenet's been around a long time, and so it's not. And here, Urban Gear Man says people say Easy News scams people and doesn't make them unsub after a year. No, I've had Easy News on and off for 4 years. Right now, I don't have it because I actually canceled it probably, well, when it expired, which was close to December, and I didn't renew it. You do have to. It's not like Real Debrid, where Real Debrid was no auto. It would not do an auto renewal. Real Debrid, you had to go on the site. I want to renew every time. Premiumize does have auto renewal. I think Alldebrid auto renew. I think Torbox auto renew. Easy News doesn't auto renew, because I would get an email, and that was when I decided I didn't use it. I wasn't using it, so that's why I canceled it. I sent the email, and I never got charged more. So I'm not sure about that. They've been around a long time. I'd be highly suspect if people saying they got scammed from them. This isn't a company that's just racing around. I think probably people not paying attention to when the email comes saying that when they send the email to you saying next month we're going to charge your account, and I think probably people did not unsubscribe through the steps that you do, which it's not hard. It's easier than canceling your shit to Amazon. And I think that they probably didn't do that, and then the money was taken away, and then people, oh, hey, I saw last month you took my money out. You give me my money back. And he's like, no, you didn't cancel it, because I never had an issue with them. And they're too big of and too old of a company to be dicking people around. So I would be suspicious of people saying they got scammed by them. This isn't some robocall company. This is a legit service. Again, been around a long time. I don't even know. Let's see. This shows us when they started, because they've been around a long time. Where is their About Me? Contact us.
I think you've seen it up at the top. Oh no,
I don't see it. I don't see an About. But again, they've been around a long time, so not really sure about that. I'm not sure about that, but get down here to just make sure. Redneck says,
right.
"Yep, he likes these." Yeah.
Okay. Easy News has been around since 1994. Making it one of the longest running Usenet service providers on the internet. So there you go.
Yeah. So good point. Thank you, Beach. I knew it's been around a long time, because I'm thinking before, like, it's a long time ago when I first started messing with that. Back in my MIRC room, jumping on IRC and all that shit. So Easy News repair PAR files prior to playback. What it does is, a lot of times, usually when I've used Easy News on my computer, Easy News is just the service you would have to get, like a client that actually downloads off Usenet.
Like SAT.
And then it would get all the files. And what it does is it goes through and checks them. In any of them that are wrong, it repairs them if it has enough pieces.
Right.
Think of a puzzle. Think of like a 500-piece puzzle, but you're missing a couple pieces. But you got, let's say you got 490 pieces of 500-piece puzzle out there. What Easy News does, or the PARs, like like he's talking about, what would happen is we have 490, and those 490 sometimes will have little pieces with the pars. The par files are able to put together the last 10 that you're missing. So even if pieces are missing, if you have the par files, it will repair what you're missing. So then once it goes through its thing, and then all of a sudden, boom, you got the whole file. It does take a little bit of time when I've done it on my computer sometimes. But again, on video files, I've really never had much issue other than that, just that pause there at the beginning, waiting for it to play. Maybe that 20 or 30-second pause that wouldn't play. Let's see. Funster says Premiumize has a VPN, but it uses the traffic will also reduce your points. Oh, didn't know about that. He uses your points on that. Huh.
Yeah, I didn't either.
And Peter, the first time I bought the Black Friday special, which was 6 years ago, it renewed at that same price, but it was also running at the same price at that time. So it was auto renewing it. Yes, you keep your same. All your information is all the same. It's all the same because it's linked. That's linked to your account. So if I go to my Premiumize account, it'll say what my account number is. So even if I stop it and then get it back, my account number is still my account number. It's just activated or it's not activated. You can refresh those account numbers if somebody gets your account or something's being downloaded that you say, hey, I didn't do that. You can revoke your customer number and click it and you'll get a new API kind of stuff. So you can do that. I shouldn't say you can't revoke your client number or your customer number. You can revoke your API because that I've seen that in the thing. It says show your API or revoke it where it will clear it and create you a new one. So it does offer that feature. Urban says Easy News plus Torbox best combo value wise, and it is. Again, you just don't put all your eggs in one basket, and you got to be able to be flexible. And if something's going bad, you got to be able to roll with the punches on all this too. So yeah, I'm going to get back and I'll get back with you on how this runs out. And actually I need to put my Easy News. Well, I got to re-sign back up. So I will sign back up to Easy News this week. I meant to do it last week and I did, but I will renew back with Easy News and I'm gonna stick it back in one of my Kodi add-ons and I'll give it another run because it's been a while since I messed around with that. Okay, so let me see what other. Oh, there was one topic or one thing I was going to. Elementum. What's it? Elementium add-on. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the torrent client
yes.
for Kodi, essentially.
Yes. So Elementum has been around for a while, and it is a Kodi add-on, and it uses torrents to pull content. That is another option for folks to think about. If you have a VPN, you can use your VPN and then use Elementum to watch the content because you're not worried about that, about your ISP or anybody getting, a letter because you're hidden behind a VPN. So that is an option. But if you're going to use Elementum, you got some options. One, be in a country that does not honor copyright infringements. And there are a handful of countries in Europe that you can go there and they don't honor DMAC takedowns or any of that kind of stuff like that. So you want to be in one of those countries, or you want to be running a VPN somehow to hide your internet address. Because if you don't, you do have the risk of your ISP getting a letter saying that one of their customers was watching content that they own. And then your ISP is going to send you a letter saying, hey, on this date you were watching, Barney Goes to Hollywood, and you're not allowed to watch it because somebody else owns that. So if you're going to use Elementum, and again, it's not a bad add-on, but just use a VPN. Protect yourself. As Auburn would say, what?
Protect your neck.
Protect your neck.
Protect your neck.
Well, speaking of another subject we were going to talk about,
Yep.
since we're talking about Auburn, is Plex raising their price. And I mean, he would be having a freaking fit.
Oh my God. Hold on. Let's see if I can. I don't. Let's see. Let's see if I can find where their new pricing. I want to see if I can find their new pricing system.
So if you've ever been, teetering on whether or not you want to start a Plex server, if you're considering, do it now before July 1st. Because trust me, I mean,
Scroll past it.
Well, that one said somebody signed up for it.
all I can say is, I mean, I can see a bunch of people. MB is probably going to go, why are we getting all these new fucking users?
Yep.
You know?
You're going to see people jumping NB and Jellyfin.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Let me see. Let me see if I can.
Just,
Let me do price increase. Hope price.
It's in their Plex's blog, but I don't remember where to get on the website.
Here it is.
Where to get into
Here we
the
go.
blog. Yeah.
Oh, fuck! He wants me, damn dude.
Yeah, it did the same thing to me, but
I can't.
I got around it without having to sign in. I don't remember how I did it on my phone when I was looking at it.
Well, here I can just see it here. Oh, here, maybe this one. This link. Here it goes. Let me make this a little bit larger.
749. Shit.
Yeah, US. You guys in
US.
Canada.
Oh,
That's a damn car. That's a car here in Canada. So
have to mortgage my wife.
yes, $750 for life.
There's a link in the side chat, Todd.
No, in the StreamYard.
Yeah.
It's
Copy link.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yo, 1,030 Canadian.
It's freaking. I mean,
Damn.
I don't know how they go from 200 to 750.
I can't get it. Well, yeah.
I mean,
200. It's $250 right now. I think what it is.
Yeah.
250.
yeah.
US.
Because it's
$249.
It's triple in the price. Triple.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
come
freaking insane. They
never
don't.
better time to switch to Jellyfin.
I mean, it's like they almost don't want people to do it anymore. Buy it. Yeah, that's like you said. Like Jason said, they just want people to sign up for the monthly.
That's what they want. They want that constant. They want that consistent money coming in every month, not people that buy at one time and then have it like us. I mean, think about it. I think I've had my Plex account. I really think it's close to 20 years. It's past 15. I know it's past 15 because it was before I was really using Kodi on my Xbox, on my OG Xbox. I was using Plex in my house, and I would download everything to my hard drive on my computer. Then I'd use Plex to pull off of my computer, and that was when I paid. I think it was $79 then for lifetime. So you think about it, someone like me that been on it for 15 plus years, they got me one time for $79, and I've constantly been using that. So to me, they're looking, they need that consistent money coming in. And we said about this numerous times. I think that I don't know, I think there's some money pressures or something, because I think that they're wanting that showing a steady income of money, not a spike when we did a sale and then nobody signs up. And So they're like, hey, we want you to do it every month, and then we can count on that money every month. So
it's just, if Robin was here, he'd be, oh my God. He's probably raising the hell upstairs right now.
yeah. So look at one. Let me open that.
That's weird.
Yeah. Oh well. So if you're on the fence about Plex Pass, and I love Plex Pass. I have no regrets in buying it. I probably been. I think for me, I'd be okay if I had to pay. If I'd have paid $120, $130, I'd have been okay. Once it went over that, I'd probably be Jellyfin, which is a fork of Plex, would probably be my next option. Jellyfin is free, does not have all the bells and whistles that Plex has. But it does the same process, just not as fluffy and not as pretty looking, but offers the basic stuff. Your library. Plex, if you're not sure, folks, Plex is a way to categorize your library, be it movies, TV shows, music, and then allows you to watch it in your home and or from outside your home if you want to run a Plex server and allow people to pull off of your library. So yeah, that's a tough one. I don't know. I love them. I love the guys, but that's
fucking head scratcher. I don't understand the logic behind it. That's insane.
How do you triple your price? The oil went up. That's what happened.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, because like I said, now everybody looks at that annual subscription at $75 and says, "Oh, I could do that for 10 years before I pay out more than what." And who knows if Plex is going to be around in 10 years? So they're just going to go to take the annual fee and run it that way versus doing the lifetime. So what's going to be bad is who else is going to start trying that next on some of this stuff.
Who isn't?
Look at things like TV Mate. TV Mate still is cheap for a lifetime and has never gone up very much.
Well, they went up some, but it's quality. That's
right.
Get what you pay for. Yeah, I have no regrets buying TV Mate.
I'm with you on that.
And
Look at 619 said he paid
TV Mate.
619 says he paid $69 back in the day, and again, that's back in the day. Again, when I'd have to look, I need to look in my Plex account. I wonder if it tells me when I signed up.
I think it does, because I looked up on mine and I signed up for it in like 2018 or something, but never bought the subscription because I didn't want to mess with holding on to all the files. So I was like, I don't know if I'll ever use this. And then here I am 7 years later, like, oh yeah, now I use it freaking almost every day.
So, wow, it's 2014. I could swear it was longer than that. 2014. So that's only 12 years ago. I swear it's longer than that. I wonder if it's just this account. Maybe I had another account. Because I remember doing it on the
619 is asking about do the AliExpress IPTVs work. You can't really find them on AliExpress anymore. You pretty much have to go to Alibaba. They all rely on WhatsApp support, and they're all, trust me, as somebody who went through back in the day pages, and Aubin would ask me all the time, find your new IPT, because I'd go down these rabbit holes when I was bored. But yeah, you can find them. They're all basically the same service, and you're going to get them. You can find some decent ones for $30 for the year,
Yeah. Some like Strong TV is good. That's one of the more expensive ones. Dino, I think, is one of the more least expensive ones. There's several that, and you, in the end of the day, if you paid $30 and it ended up you used it for 5-6 months and it stopped working, $30 for live TV is pretty good. I mean, you know what I mean? You got your $30 out of that. Not to say that that's what they do, because I've had some subscriptions through Alibaba, 3 years, 2.5 years, never had a problem. And I've actually, when people suggest, they'll say, "Hey, I just give them that seller's URL." I'm like, contact that person. I mean, I ain't got nothing to do with it, but if that's who I got it from, and they've not done me wrong, that's usually how I handle that. I'm like, this is who I got it from. You know, you can work it out between them, but that person is not done.
Now, one thing I will tell you, if you go on there looking, okay, they might not have it in their offering, but you can send the seller a private message and ask them for a free trial.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes they'll respond back, you know, what are you looking for, or what country? So you can tell them, like, you know, UK, Canada, and the US, and they'll give you a service that has those. So my suggestion is try it before you buy it. See if it's going to have what you want. You know, like Todd said, there have been certain brands on there that I found that are still kicking to this day.
Yep. And it's, you know, not expensive in the scheme of it. So, and a lot of them, where they've gotten away from, they'll say that they're selling antennas. They'll call it an antenna, and you'll look at it and it says, do you want a 1 mile, a 3 mile, a 6 mile, or a 10 or 12 mile radius, or something like that, because they're trying to hide the words. So they won't say that, hey, I'm selling you for 6 months. They'll say, oh, you want a 6 mile antenna. You know, again, they're just trying to keep from getting in trouble with their corporation and all that kind of stuff. But
if they have an X behind the number, that means adult channels.
Yeah. Okay, so we got that. Nook says she paid $42 Canadian. Everything in the world's gone up. But yeah, so you went up. It 42 on her last time getting one. So, and again, some of those, it depends on which service you get. I know Strong is one of the more expensive ones, and when I've read their articles, they'll say that it offers rollback, which is like catch up, so you can go back in, you know, a number of hours or the day prior. But that's how that works. Again, I'm not a seller. I'm not here to sell you anything. These is just knowledge that I've come across, and we've come across in our messing around in this hobby, things we've learned. I won't have any affiliate links for an IPTV service or a VPN. That will not. Yeah. We don't have any of those.
Yeah. Well, we didn't. I didn't give you a promo for our.
Oh wait.
Did I give you the wizard one?
Streaming Matters, proudly sponsored by Nobody. No jailbreaking, no VPNs, just information, and a lot of bullshit. Streaming Matters, fueled by weed and beer.
There you go.
Yeah.
I had that one. in the. So let me see. I'm trying to think, boys. I'm trying to think if I had any other topics on my sheet here. That, like, I have my cheat sheet this time, so I don't forget it.
No, I think we covered everything.
Yeah,
it was in your notes.
Okay. Does anybody have any real quick questions before we get out of here? We've an hour and a half. I've been going on a while.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Eddie, anything you want to say before we go?
Me?
Yeah, you.
You just woke me up.
Old people sleep a lot. That's what happens.
Hey, man, thanks a lot for having a good show again tonight. I guess you opened up a lot of eyes for a lot of people.
Hopefully.
Yeah, yeah,
Big
but we
spider?
didn't get a free.
Oh.
We didn't get a free drink. No
Oh.
free drinks.
I'll go grab you one. You gonna swing by? You gonna swing by the house and pick it up?
Yeah, right.
I'll even give you a joint. So, Big Daddy, anything you guys say before we head out of here?
Another great show. Glad to see that you're doing this to try to help everybody in the community learn a little bit about what's going on and what their options are, and rather than people just rushing out and trying to grab whatever they can and then getting burned on getting something that they find out. Like I seen people, I got this RD service and what add-on does it work with, and everybody's like none, because no one's ever heard of that kind of stuff, you know.
Oh yeah.
So it's nice to see us here trying to assist the group, and you know that's what this community was started out like, and it's good to see it continuing that way.
Awesome. Thank you, bud.
Oh, what a little ass kisser.
Yeah, he's trying.
Jesus
He's working his way.
Christ.
He's working his way up the ladder.
You did a good job breaking the community. Jesus Christ. All I can say is the next show there will not be some sappy, soulful song.
Thank God.
It's gonna be some head banging shit.
Yeah, let's rock. I'm a rocker. I'm from rock the 80s. I want it hard and fast, kind of like my old lady. You see, she doesn't watch the show, so I can say stuff like that. Let's see. Jeremy, Miss Go on Alibaba for 3 years now. Referred many people. Always get a free month for a referral. I gotta talk to. I don't Go don't give me no deals. I don't deal with Go. But $23 US. Been listening through the earbuds. Wasn't able to chat. Been a great show. Thanks, Jeremy. And hopefully, it'd be great if he comes on sometime. I just want to thank again the panel that comes on here. And again, I couldn't do a show Friday. We've got family coming in town, so I'm not going to be able to do it Friday. And we just want to share some knowledge in here. A lot of misinformation going out there. A lot of people confused. Don't always buy the cheapest thing that's out there, because maybe a few cents more might be better in the long run. And that's kind of why I wanted to talk about all the different services and the pros and cons to each, because there's no right answer and there's no wrong answer unless you're signing back up to Real Debrid. And with this hobby that we're in, folks, as my thing says, adapt or be left behind.
Right.
You roll with it. I rolled when Napster got shut down. I rolled when LimeWire, and I saw Nook was talking about LimeWire when LimeWire went away. I've rolled, and if you roll with the things and you adapt, you're going to be fine. If you're somebody that says, this is the way I've done it and I can't do it any other way, okay, all right, well, sorry to hear that. There's nothing I can do for you. But again, join the Telegram group. It's down below. Most of you guys on the side, I've seen you guys in my Telegram group. So jump in there. Hey, Kazaa. There's another name from the past. Love that. Had that many times. I don't know how many times my computer got jacked up from downloading crappy stuff from that. One of the commenters that watched the last show we did said, thanks for all the information. It's probably one of the best videos for me to understand what's going on Real Debrid. And he says, it's just like, he says, it was like hanging out with some guys that were just really being casual at a bar talking when he, like with the way our panel was. And that's what I like about the show. I want the show to be laid back. We're having a good time. We're enjoying sharing information and each of us learning stuff. So, hey, share this, share, like, subscribe, all those things that I'm supposed to say. And we'll see you in the next video, and stay safe out there.
Curtains falling on the screen. Hope you laughed and learned a bit. Had some fun and skipped routine. Time to close this crazy shit. Thanks for tuning in, my friends. But it's time to say goodbye. Through the streams and download set, but now it's time for us to fly. We hope you got imagination. Picked up tips and tricks to enjoy. But now we leave this online station. It's time to pack up every toy. Thanks for tuning in, my friends. But it's time for us to fly through the streams and download set. You can kiss my ass goodbye.